You could have left me down and out. For real. Yeah. These demons was tormenting me. I tried to scream, I tried to shout. These demons had a hold of me, telling me what to do and say, how to move and how to behave. At first it was sick, at first it was great, but then it got dark, now I see that it's fake. Demons playing with my feelings. Money in the bank, but I feel so broke. Demons playing with my feelings. Highly blessed, but I feel so low. Empty. Demons playing with my feelings. Would anyone miss me if I go? Empty. Demons playing with my feelings. Father, help, my mind's gonna blow. Hey, you rise me up and you wash me down. Took off my rags and you gave me a crown. My mind is strong, my mind is sound. And now I'm smiling, no more frowns. Yeah, thank you, Father, you're the best. Your tender love removed my stress. You shine light into my darkness. Oh, and now I'm free and now I'm blessed. Da-da-dee-dee-dee-dum. Now I'm free and now I'm blessed. Da-da-dee-dee-dee-dum. Now I'm free and now I'm blessed. Da-da-dee-dee-dee-dum. Now I'm free and now I'm blessed. Now I'm free and now I'm blessed. Oh.
Yeah, y'all in they bag right now. See life out of hand right now. They all in they bag right now. See they don't understand right now. Why I'm so grand right now. See life out of hand right now. They all in they bag right now. See they don't understand right now. Why I'm so grand right now. All that I'm saying, if only these hands could bring them all in. He's zoning me in, adjusting my lens. Before I begin, I'm giving the thanks. Don't care about the rank, I'm all about the work. Just tilling the earth, I work with the dirt. I'm straight from the dirt, just like a diamond. Keep digging, you'll find me. You're who would assign me. I'm straight in magnificent shape. The Father is great, believe, I never debate. My foot out the brake, I'm cruising toward the movement. See the improvement, my kindness, mistaken that blindness. Know how to mind this, keep the fire burning. I'm willing and determined. No Jews, not a germ. Only fools never learn it. Who? The promise is made up perpetual. I'm sitting back watching incredible. Signing my name, hope it's legible. All in the book of life, truth, extra, extra, extra. Read all about it. That kingdom on the way. See life out of hand right now. They all in they bag right now. See they don't understand right now. Why I'm so grand right now. See life out of hand right now. They all in they bag right now. See they don't understand right now. Why I'm so grand right now.
I'm feeling so grand. I'm feeling so grand. I'm feeling so grand.
Shalom, 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 y'all. Shalom. It's Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. And I'm trying to get everything up and going here. because I'm trying to set this up so y'all can call in. Okay? So, but yeah, what we're going to be doing is just going straight down the middle. We're going to be addressing all the developments this week. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things happening. And we just going to put everything into perspective. And what we're going to see is, because a lot of people have seen things going on this week, and I think they see one side, they see the surface level, but we gotta always look all the way through a matter, okay? So what I'm doing here real quick is just getting all the contact information properly put in here so that if anybody wants to call in, they could either, if they have the Zoom app, they could call in that way, or if they have a telephone, you could call in that way, okay? But I'm just making sure everything's up. And while I'm getting everything correct, I will allow the social media audience to marvel at this amazing wool harvest that I did myself. I probably didn't have to tell you that, but you probably figured, hey, it looked like a do-it-yourself cut, but did it myself. You know, I do my my seasonal wool harvest from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just trimmed it up and, made sure it's good. I want to ask a favor though, if one of y'all could, and I put this information up here, I want to see if I get one of y'all to just call in and make sure the audio works on this, on my Zoom, on the Zoom 30. There we go. On the Zoom information I'm getting ready to put up here, okay? And once I get it up here, I'm gonna just leave it up here. So if anybody wants to call in, they can call right in. Let's see, go full screen on that. There we go. All right, and y'all bear with me. I'm getting ready to put this Zoom information up so you can call in, and then I'll press in with some of the stuff I wanted to bring out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put that up on the screen. Let me know if you can see that. Oops. Yeah, there we go. I think that's better. Yeah. So anyway, that's information. So if you have the Zoom app, if you have the Zoom application on your phone, all you have to do is put in this 9-digit number. Yeah, I know it's a 9-digit number. I'm aware of that. It's not a 10-digit number. It's a 9-digit number. Put that in. And if I could get somebody to just test it out, make sure it's working correctly, and make sure the audio's on there, I would appreciate that. If you could just call in on that. And yeah, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to go head on. We're going to talk about some of the developments we've seen on social media and in the Hebrew community this week. Particularly, we're going to hit on some things. I've been getting barraged by about the situation with us, Straightway Ministries, and Richardson Kelly, and then the Gina Murray situation that played out on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to hit on that too. But if I could get one of y'all to, if you have the Zoom app, put that number in and just call in here real quick just so I could test it. You don't really have to say anything.
make sure it's working properly, and then we'll press on so that later on when everybody, well, I still see people steadily coming in, but when it really gets packed out and we get this thing going, I can, we'll know everything's working correctly. So anyway, but yeah, a lot of stuff going on this week. I think somebody's trying to come in now. But and then also, if you don't have the Zoom app and you just want to dial in, you just want to call in, you call this number right here, put in the meeting ID, and then put in the participant ID, and then you're in there. And like I said, somebody just go ahead and call in real quick so I could test it. You don't have to stay on and talk. So somebody said, I don't have the number. Yeah, that's the number right there on the screen, sis. So, yeah. But, yeah, so while y'all are doing that, I'm gonna get started. I'm going to get started with this lesson and going into some stuff. And we'll get this thing tested out whenever somebody calls in. I'll see if it works. That's why I was late getting the show started, because this thing was acting up. Okay? So let's see. All right. I'll pull up the comments here. All right. There we go. Somebody's trying to call in. You are now. All right. I think somebody tried to call. All right. And I want to say shalom to everybody who is tuned in. Shalom, shalom, Elder Rufus, see you in there. Jordan Wolf, shalom, William Bell, shalom, Brother Lamar in the building. Okay, there we go. Somebody called. All right. Can you hear me? Whoever just called in? All right, it looks like you are talking. Let me try something else here. And that's why I wanted to get this sorted out before we move in. I appreciate you calling in. Let me see if I could get this thing, get some audio up here so everybody can hear. That's all my geek devices. All right, so let me do something here so I can get this thing to work, because I'm not hearing any audio from the people who called in. So you just stay on the line, and I'm gonna fix the problem. All right, there we go. All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. All right. Is there an echo?
A little bit, yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. All right, hold on. Okay. Let's see. Audio. All right. Y'all bear with me. All right. What about now? Is that a little better?
Yes, sir.
A lot better.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. All right. Hey, shalom, brother to Jerry in the building.
Shalom,
Hey,
Lamont.
hold on. Let me, okay. Yeah, you're going to have to turn down the video behind the scenes there.
Yeah, what? Turn off the video?
I'm sorry. Turn down. I guess you're watching me on YouTube, so you got to mute that so it's not an echo. So you only want to get the audio off the phone with me.
Okay.
All right. So hold on 1 second. All right. All right, so I see we already have a whole bunch of people called in, and like I said, if any of y'all, if y'all got anything, go ahead and chime in. Brother DeJerry, you go ahead and talk since you're on there first.
Oh, I really ain't got nothing to say. I about Shalom to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to call in and support because I know you asked somebody to call in and see deep testings.
Okay.
So, yes, sir.
All right. Well, enjoy the show.
Sir. Come on. What you said, brother?
I said, I appreciate you calling in and enjoy the show.
Yes, sir. Shabbat shalom, Israel.
Shabbat shalom. All right, I appreciate y'all calling in. All right, hold on. There we go. Now I think my yeah, there we go. My audio's working. All right, y'all bear with me. All right. Okay. All right. Let's okay. All right. That's good. Now, did any of y'all who called in, did y'all have it? Did y'all want to chime in? Did y'all have anything y'all wanted to add in? Hello? Let's see. All right. Well, with that said,
can hear you, brother.
You can hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, Sharon?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Who this?
Okay, there we go. I see what
This brother Knight. Yeah, man. I'm on the call in.
Okay. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Awesome. Okay,
Hello?
we got everything working correctly now. Hey, and if you brothers want to add anything in, just chime in, all right?
Oh, yeah. No, I was just calling this to help you out, brother.
All right, I appreciate it, brothers. I appreciate it. So anyway, y'all, with that said, I'm going to press on with the show. We got our phone line up and working properly. And like I said, if you want to call in, if you want to add stuff in, you can. But with that said, we're gonna get into this thing, okay? And we're gonna address these topics head on. We're gonna address all this stuff that transpired this week. And what I'm doing is just bringing up my show notes and stuff like that. And I hope y'all understand how challenging it is getting this stuff up and going here, man. If y'all could see behind the scenes, you'd be pretty impressed. Okay? All right. So, first thing we're gonna kind of hit on is something that, I've been seeing in the Hebrew community, and it kind of came into stark contrast. Like I was really blown away, but it really got made very obvious with this whole situation that transpired with Richardson Kelly and stuff like that, and not particularly just him, but just things I was seeing on social media. Okay. And I'm not gonna I'm just hit it with the scriptures, all right? Because if you go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, okay? Sirach or, there we go, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verse 7, it just saying, it says it real plain. It says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. Okay? And what I see out here on on social media, dude, what let's see. Yeah, what I see here on social media on an insane level is people just blaming. They're just blaming and they haven't examined ish. They ain't examined nothing. They just see somebody going in and they're like, oh, he's evil because he's being aggressive and he's evil. And why would he say something like, and nobody looked into nothing. In the first place I saw it was with the whole, and what I'm doing, I'm bringing up, I'm a with this Richardson Kelly thing, man. It's like I make a post and people just jump on it and you're lying. You're a liar, Mike. And I was like, okay, I'm a liar. All right. How do you know I'm a liar? And they're like, because I watched this video. It's like, like Austin Powers. Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about. You know, I'm not gonna post it up there, but I'm gonna just show you. And it's like people are in writing just showing their poor judgment. Okay. It said some dude put, no, I saw his video. Y'all didn't tell the truth. You said he was scared. All that was false. You shouldn't be talking like that anyway, you know. And it's like, man, when stuff goes down on Facebook, diligently and with an open ear, listen and investigate both sides. You got people out here, they'll post something to provoke people. I call it a what's the word? It's called covert, not a covert instigator. All right. Hey, y'all put a 10 in there that people are saying something about the sound. If you can hear me clearly, put a 10 in there. Yeah, put a 10 in there if the audio's good. All right, thanks, Elderu. I forget what the word is, but I guess for now, until the word comes to me, we're going to just call it a covert instigator, okay? But there's a perfect word that perfectly articulates what I'm trying to say. And what these people do is they put something out there to provoke people, then they'll delete it, and then they say, see, look, he's evil, he's violent, he's aggressive, he's attacking me, I'm being attacked. And they look like the victim in front of everybody. When in reality, thank you, Koya. Thank you, baby. It's called a covert antagonist. And there's a lot of them on social media. And the only thing you see is somebody coming at them in a biblically confrontational way. You deal with stuff straight up. And like I said, I'm talking right now, but I'm a make it obvious. Okay? Covert. Yeah, exactly, Elder Rufus. A covert antagonist. They antagonize people and start stuff. As a matter of fact, let's put the definition up here. And thank you, Corey, for putting that in there. And tag. We're going to pull up. They antagonize on a covert level, on a low key level. So they there we go. Yeah, a person who actively opposes or is hostile to someone, something, and adversary, but on the low. Otherwise known, instigator's better. Instigator is a better word, I guess, okay? Let's pull that up. It is a person who brings about, initiates something. Okay, that's perfect. Instigator, a covert instigator, otherwise known as a sneak disser. Sneak dissing. Sneak dissing is, you're talking about somebody, you just don't put their name in. But we all know who you're talking about. Facebook is a haven for it, okay? But what I'm going to do is pull up Bible scripture, showing you what that is, We're going to, and hey, if you want to get on Facebook and sneak this and be a covert instigator, that's cool. But don't play the Vicky. Don't play the victim when your ass get checked, okay? And I tell Koya too, because right now, it's tumultuous online right now. Folks is, you got real dudes on Facebook that, hey, they will check you like they supposed to. It's not a sin to call somebody out on something. It's called a rebuke, correction. You're off. This is how. Boom. And you call it out. People act like this is a sin and this is evil, So it's not a sin to do that. I mean, and I just like I tell my wife, I said, look, baby, I like, understand that if you're going to post certain things on there, it's social media. Think of the two words. It's socialized, it's public media. Everybody has a platform. It is what it is. It ain't like, it ain't like your house is, somebody kicked your door down and came in your house. You went on a public platform. You're gonna publicly say what you want to say. Expect it, expect it to be scrutinized in the public. I mean, damn. Okay, so everybody's playing the victim, act like they damn feeling so hurt when they get called out on stuff they're saying that's off or doing or how they moving. Hey, it is what it is. See, and the thing is, you see certain people where they're always back and forth. They got a history of it. Like I said, Richardson Kelly got a history of it. And he deletes all the incendiary, instigative content that he posts. Hey, Shalom. Somebody called in. Shalom. Go ahead. What's your question, comment, or concern? Go ahead.
I know you've been talking a lot about, manhood. And since I woke up into the awakening into who I am, I ain't gonna lie, man, it's been hard rediscovering myself as a man. It's been like the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. And I didn't gangbang and I didn't done all kinds of stuff. I've been shot twice. But man, when you crack open them holy scriptures and you find out who you are, it's hard. It's real hard, man. It's been a battle. I'm married, I got 2 kids. And learning to take the load off my wife and Now she's rediscovering herself as a woman, and that she doesn't have to carry my load, and I have to carry that load. It's really hard, brother. But
now, real fast, when you say carry the load, would it if you could tell me what you mean?
Well, when I first met my wife, of course she's my girlfriend, but when I first met her, I was working a part-time job. My wife was working a full-time job, and I thought we were doing good. When I woke up, she was carrying the majority of the loads. And when I woke up, I realized, like, man, she was stressed out all the time, and she was upset at me. And, I started, watching Pastor Dow and started reading scriptures, and I started watching Spiritual Combat. And you always threw out the scriptures about a woman keeping her man, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, no woman should be keeping a man, but I feel like my wife was keeping my man, even though I was working, and even though I was paying bills, but she was still keeping me. And that's when the Most High just woke me up about the garden and about me maintaining the garden, and I wasn't doing my job as a man. I'm maintaining the garden, me taking care of my responsibilities as a man.
Right.
Once that happened, man, I started looking for other forms of employment. Got a full-time job. I started working 12, 13 hours a day, and slowly but surely, you started to see my wife start to change, and she started to operate in her function. My kids started to change.
And
they started to see Daddy come home tired.
And that was something I was hitting on, is like, because a lot of people think I'm just, if the woman is rebellious, kick her out, give her a bill of divorce. But a lot of, when I give counsel, I diagnose. I said, okay, is it something you're doing that's causing it? It's like, do you have a good woman, but you're doing something to cause this? Because sometimes it's hard for a woman to submit when, like you said, that dynamic's going on there. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
It is hard for a woman to submit if she's carrying your ass. If your wife is carrying your ass, there's no way on the earth that the Most High created for us that she should be carrying your ass. And if you're sitting there saying that she's rebellious and she's talking back and she's doing all this stuff and she's paying a damn house note and she's paying all the bills and the phone bills and the car note and all that, hell yes, she's gonna be rebellious. Yes, she is. That's crazy as hell. How the hell are you gonna sit your ass there and have her paying all the bills, and then you want her to listen to you? No. At some point, she saw something in you that she loved, but then she got sold a bill of goods when she realized that your ass ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You're not doing your part. It's in her DNA to know that you're supposed to be doing the right thing.
Right.
It's in her DNA, just like it's in your DNA.
Right. And what we're and what we're talking about here is leading, and not just leading by being a dictator, but actually leading by actually doing stuff spiritually, economically, socially, in all those areas. Being and brother, tell me about this, because what a woman does, she's a reflection of how much of a man you really are.
Correct. So what happens is, if people gonna get mad at me about this, I don't care, dude. I don't care. I really don't care. But what happens is that as she continues to carry your ass and the kids in the home, she starts to gain a spirit of it's like a manly spirit.
Right. And she can't and what it is, she can't let go and relax into her femininity. She gotta stay on.
She can't.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
She becomes who you're supposed to be. Exactly. She becomes who you're supposed to be, and you start to resent her because in your DNA is rebelling against something that you know that you're supposed to be. So you're upset, but you don't know why you're upset, because you don't even understand what a man should be. It's only until you actually get into the Holy Spirit and you actually start to research and understand, and the Most High opens your eyes to what a man is. So you start to realize, oh snap, it's me, it's not her.
And
it's not her.
Right. And building off what you said, man, men need to realize if it wasn't for this word, for this truth that the Most High has given us, we'd be overran. There'd be no way we'd collapse under femininity.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We will be taking over. I think you waking up, and it's kind of like the Most High puts the brakes on something, puts the brakes on your whole relationship until you get it together. So he gives you a second chance to wake up before you lose it all.
Right.
So he shows you, look, pay attention. Now you woke and you are listening to me, pay attention.
Right.
And once you pay attention to it, then that's when the rebuilding process starts. Now, here's the thing. If your wife has been doing that for so long, carrying you for so long, it's going to be hard for her to relinquish those things because she don't trust your ass.
Mm.
So if she don't trust you, it's going to be hard. So now you got to show the footwork.
That's right.
You got to get out there, man. You got to start doing the right thing, man. You got to start praying. You got to start fasting. You have to start paying bills. That money's not yours. That money belongs to the household.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I went a whole year, a year and a half, wearing the same damn pair of shoes, feet killing me. But my wife looked good. My kids look good. I don't give a damn about anything else. I have to give myself like the Most High did.
And brother, when you shaking and moving like that, spiritually, economically, in all those different areas, a woman melts. They can't help but to submit. That's why Corey come in here she say, call me master. I didn't make her call me master. Even though Richardson Kelly think I do, it don't register in his damn mind. It's like, man, I'm being a master, you know. Yeah.
Well, brother, I'm gonna put it like this, because I've been watching your videos and your live talk for a minute. I'm in California. I'm from South Central LA.
Okay.
And it's hard out here to show brothers and sisters. Yeah, we have some brews out here, but the level of understanding is not there yet. But the stuff that happens in California, I think, is way worse because we have a lot to deal with. We have a lot to deal with when it comes to masculinity. We have a lot to deal with when it comes to femininity, this whole feminist movement. So for me, the Most High has me move a certain way. I have to move and shake a certain way. Like you said yesterday, you put a video about being a lion. So I'm that lion, but I don't have to they just know it. They see it. They see who I am. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is like, this is my son. You gonna love him regardless. You gonna respect him regardless, and that's what it is. The same thing with my son. The same thing with my kids. You were talking about pulling the kids out of school. My kids in private school, and I'm still fighting with the principal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now he's starting to see what I'm about. My kids go to a Christian school, and they know we Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? And I just have to break it down to them. Like, we don't do all those things. We don't celebrate those things. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't do none of that. And then my wife.
If you could, because you kind of hit on it in the beginning, man. And this is what we're getting at, what people are missing. Talk about, you alluded to it. Talk about what that takes, the boldness and the effort that takes to transition like that in all those areas. You were saying it's the hardest thing. Speak on that.
So it's like I don't know if I wish I could see you face to face, but basically it's like a nudging process. It's like you know how your dad. I didn't grow up with my dad. My grandfather raised me. My grandfather's super old school, so he'll nudge me like if I gotta fight somebody, he'll nudge me like, you got to get out there or you got to say something. I'm not gonna fight your battle for you, but I'm gonna nudge you. So the Most High started nudging me, and I'll never forget. It was one day, like my wife, I was getting ready to go somewhere, and I had to just bounce. I had to roll out. And the Most High said, don't tell your wife. And I'm like, what? Huh? And he's like, don't tell your wife. So my wife was like, where you about to go? I was like, I just got to go. So she got super upset when I came back. Like, you're not going to tell me what you did. You're not going to tell me where you went. And the next day, the Most High said, now you tell her why I told you not to tell her. And I told her, the reason why he told me not to tell her is because he showed me that I looked at my wife as if she was a god. And he said, I'm taking back everything and I'm reestablishing you as a man.
That's
but
right,
you have
boy.
to step up for me. You gotta put me first. You have to straight put me first, and you have to walk away from everything else spiritually. And once I did that, she started to try to do the same process. Because remember, she's been carrying the load too, so she has that spirit of masculinity. Once I enacted and I followed the Most High's instructions, that's when the foundation, once I was bold enough to step up and start showing these things and showing the proof, and that's when the Most High started to pour out his love and his gifts to me.
You got it,
and then
man.
I started to just step to everybody else. I started stepping to the school. I started stepping up at my job. I started letting people know this is what we want to do. And then I started to see the fruits in my kids. I started seeing my kids speak up. I had to start putting the brakes on my son because he was telling kids that, Easter, we don't celebrate Easter and it represents a star day. And he was like, Christmas is the penis. And he was saying everything in school. I said, son, you can't say that. I started telling him most time, okay, we got to slow down because my son, he's really starting to show the spirits of the fruits. The boldness is just once you act on the instructions that he gives you, then he gives you more.
Yeah.
He continues to give you more, give you more, give you more. He gives you more. It's not me, it's him. It's not me, it's him.
Yeah.
But you have to be obedient. And once you're obedient, that's when the deliverance comes. That's when the deliverance comes. When he says move, you got to move.
Right.
Brothers, y'all got to move, man. Y'all got to move. And it's funny because I understand what you're saying. When you said, I was like, man, that's kind of crazy that he said it. He's like, yeah, we got to get our balls back. And that's a term that we only understand.
That's right.
It's not for all cultures. That's for us.
And that's why, because a lot of people, I'm doing a purge right now on social media, on Facebook, because a lot of people, I purposely, just watching Pastor Dow and Elder Rufus's footwork. Hey, and Pastor Dow, if you can, call in, if you can, on there. Hey, but my thing is watching Pastor Dow and Elder Rufus's footwork. In order to weed out these watered down people who will never get this in a million years, you got to come straight down the middle because they can't handle straight talk. You know what I'm saying?
No, they can't.
They can't.
No, they can't. But a lot of it comes. I'm gonna say it like this, brother. Have you ever talked to a child that hasn't had a father in their life?
I dealt with it in the military because I was a maintenance trainer on an aircraft, and I'd start working with some of these brothers, and then I would see certain things in them, and I'd always ask them based on what I was seeing. I said, "Hey, so was your father in your life?" And every time I seen certain behaviors, like rebellious behaviors, they didn't have a father in their life. And the dudes who could take strong correction had a father in their life. So yeah, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you talk to a child. When I talk to a kid, because I coach football too, and I coach track, when I would talk to some of these kids and I tell them they did something wrong, they'll break out crying. They'll start to cry.
The fatherless.
And then I realized fatherless, because like my son, I step up to my son, I get up in his face, and I snatch his ass up and say, look, don't you ever do such and such again. He's like, okay, Dad. Okay. And then walk away. I go talk to another kid, look, you ran that route wrong. This is what we're going to do. Break out crying. Never fails. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I had the parents to say, but in the world we live in, you can't do that shit. But I wish I could take these kids and bring them to my home and man their asses up for a few minutes to send them back to their parents.
Right.
We need more mentors. We need more men to step up and start helping these kids out.
And and brother, real fast, something I see with a sister where I want to explain something real quick, because the sister was asking, well, why didn't he tell the wife where he went? And you're not seeing that. And
no,
with a lot of you women out there, and this is why when it comes down to a woman's role, and that's being a quiet, shame-faced woman. All right, and it's something I stress in my home, and I got a blessed wife who. She already has a framework of being a quiet, shame-faced woman. So it's not a big fight with Koya. But a lot of y'all women, a heavy thing when you come into the true biblical reality of what being a woman is, y'all women, man, you can't manipulate the scripture to try to get it to fit what's been wired into you. And yeah, you're the weaker vessel. You're more easily deceived. And this wicked ass country done a number on you. But
Yeah.
you have to wrap your head, you got to align your emotions with the scriptures on the basic level. Don't try to twist it. Just take the scripture for what it means. And where the spiritual growth happens is when you align your emotions to it. A lot of these women out here got spirits on them. So certain things will go right over your head and just have you feeling offended when you hear it. Okay? Hey, Elder Rufus, call on in on the show if you want, man. Come on in. All right, go ahead, brother. Keep talking. Hello? All right. So, I don't know. He might have, his phone, connection might have got severed. But anyway, all right, you still on there, though. You still there, brother? All right. So anyway, moving forward, but yeah, that was an awesome testimony, man. And that's what's going on here, man. A lot of people over the past couple of days and got offended, but we're gonna go through scriptures. Matter of fact, let me get into them now. Because I'm like I said, there's a lot that I realize there's a lot of scriptures that nobody hits on. You know, they're conveniently avoided. Some of the stuff I'm getting ready to bring out right now, y'all don't even know is in the book. It's like people are not even aware it's in the book. Okay? Okay. All right. Can y'all hear me? Put a 10 in there if you can hear me. I am online. What happened? Yeah. Hey, Pastor Dial, just saying, call in to the show if you want. If you got Zoom, if not, you can call in on your phone there. It's up to you, though. I know you're busy. Daniel Meir. Yeah, anybody can call in, man. If y'all want to call in on the show, all the instructions are right there on the screen, okay? You can call in on your phone or on your Zoom app. It's easier on the Zoom app. All right. But what I'm going to do now, man, we're going to hit on some of these scriptures about what be going on Facebook, okay? And what a lot of people are missing, okay? So let's okay, somebody's trying to call in now. When they call in, it'll pop on there. Y'all will hear it. Okay. We're going to get right into the good ones. It says, keep thy tongue from evil. What's evil? Transgression of the law. Hurt, I keep telling y'all, hurt feelings, a strong rebuke and hurt feelings are not a sin. Okay. Said I am using my phone for audio. I don't know what it's talking about. Okay. But I repeat, hurt feelings, okay? A strong rebuke or correction in an aggressive way is not sin. It's not evil. It just hurts because a lot of times correction is grievous to people. We're stubborn, and stiff-necked people. The verse I'm reading is Psalms chapter 34, verse 13. It says, keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. And what is guile? What's the definition of guile? Sly or cunning, intelligent. So, keep thy lips from speaking sly speech and cunning, manipulative speech. Okay? And what I'm telling you, what happens out here. Oh, it said, okay. All right, I see you there. Go ahead, pass it out. Say something. All right, hold on. Let me, you got to put in that. All right, hold on. Let me fix. Can you hear me? All right, hold on. I'll fix it. Hold on one sec. All right, y'all bear with me. Let's see if I get this thing to work again. It's acting funny, but we're going to get it. All right, can you hear me?
There you are. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, Pastor Dow. Hold on one sec. Let me turn this up so everybody can hear you.
Yeah, Elder Rufus is in the caller queue as well.
Bless you, bro, Michael.
All right. Well, I'm going to hand it over to y'all to talk.
What are we talking about, my brother? Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Well, what I was getting ready to go into was how what we see out here, what a lot of people are missing out here on social media. I read the verse, Psalms 34:13. Keep thy tongue from evil and thy lips from speaking guile. And the definition of guile is sly, cunning, manipulative speech. And you got a lot of people out here, they sneak this, they throw little shots and run and act like they didn't do it. And then when you come check them on it, they play the victim and act like you're so evil for giving a strong rebuke. And I just want to know if y'all can speak on that a little bit.
Well, my brother, bless all y'all. Shabbat Shalom, Israel. There's nothing new under the sun. It's the same thing that is going on today that has always been. You remember when Yahshua was here on the scene, he dealt with the same thing. Matter of fact, he made reference to the actual generation of his day as a generation of vipers. He often reproved the scribes and the Pharisees for having that kind of speech, not speaking with clarity, innuendos, having people's minds to be evilly affected. He spoke so clear that even the common folks understood him. And what we have today is we have guile, just like you said, operating in the midst of us. And the majority of that guile is because today men have been outside of their roles so long that when a real man stands up or men stand up and they begin to actually stand in their rightful place and in the position that God has called them to be, which is the patriarch, the head, and the leaders, it's like you've done affected. I'm going to use this word right here, that nefesh, which in the Hebrew, which means soul or their whole entire being, because this European construct has so shaped us and formed us to be somewhat of what you call woman worshipers, or worshiping the ideal of the woman being somewhat either equal in some type of democracy type thing, or to be or to have a voice with men. And so nowadays, if you see a man stand up and tell a woman that she needs to know her role in a place, they take that as a negative connotation, as if you are actually attacking their person, their being, or their soul. And we're turned upside down, just like the prophet Isaiah said in Isaiah 3:12, children have become our oppressors and women have ruled over us. And then the people who are so-called leading us today have caused Israel to err. So once we start reestablishing, and once we start bringing back the old paths and the old ways, that's when we're going to see the Most High start moving more than anything in our lives, in our times. And a real true woman, my brother, she loves to be under the authority of her husband because she has confidence in that man and what y'all is doing through him.
Right. Hey, Elder Rufus, if you could talk about like the importance of erring to the side of caution when it comes to the Torah, instead of, you see some people, they'll try to kind of, bend it a little to their, whatever they want to do. But speak on that a little if you could, brother.
Yeah, that was very well well said about what Pastor Dow just said. And then what people don't realize is God's got men, true men out here that are still, I'm going to keep it really basic, still handling the business, right? Still handling his business and going forward in righteousness, holiness, and truth. And when you come out in positions,
they just see
and
somebody
speaking, literally speaking things against
evil
Pastor.
because
I brought
he's
this up
being
in the
aggressive.
thing we did on YouTube yesterday, because we had a situation going on that a lot of people didn't know. Most people, nobody really knew what was going on behind the scenes. And because Pastor Dow was silent on it for specific reasons, people started forming their own opinions and speaking on it. You see what I'm saying? And now that the other side has come out, now a lot of people see how foolish their thoughts was and how jacked up their mindset was going towards this thing, because they don't think in a holy and a righteous way, because most people don't think holy, they don't think righteous. They would do something wicked, so they assume that you would do something wicked. And then when you go out here and you start speaking on it, you literally start cursing yourself from what the law says in the Torah. You literally start damning yourself. So it's better when you are not an eyewitness and you are not someone that truly seen or heard exactly what was going on. It's better for you to take the position of caution and just shut your mouth until all matters are brought to the table. You understand what I'm saying? And like you were talking about earlier, the way these people come in, they want to speak hate. They like to present packages of distraction to people because they're not moving with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit's not dealing with them. And when truth comes, you can't debate it, you can't argue it, you can't knock it down. You see what I'm saying? So these people know that. So what they start doing is pulling these distraction cards out and start talking about things that have nothing to do with the truth. Start attacking people's personal character just because they associate with this person, or attacking their personal character because they think this. And all the while, all they're doing is damning themselves because they don't have any witnesses, let alone two. They don't have any witnesses to this. They're not an eyewitness to the thing, so it would be better for them to just keep their mouth shut and let the thing play out so that you can see all the facts and see what righteousness truly looks like. Because that's what Yah's going to get us to in the end in most of these situations, where you can have an opportunity to see what righteousness looks like. That's what he's going to get you to. But most of the people are so undisciplined and so immature and so judgmental, right? And they such busybodies. They always want to be in everyone else's business, you know? They always want to give their opinion. I think I typed in there earlier that it's amazing the level of confidence that these keyboards give people. I mean, it's worse than liquid courage. But you will be better off voting on the side of caution, because you start speaking and you start talking, you literally start cursing yourself, especially, I'm going to hammer on this, when you're speaking against a chosen, anointed man of Yah. You have no idea what you're doing to yourself when you start opening your mouth and speaking your vain opinion, your shallow, unthought out, uneducated opinion about a true man of Yah. But they've been released so long, they don't think that there's true men of Yah. Hallelujah.
All right. So that was Elder Rufus. I see somebody, Loris, I'll unmute you because you got your thing muted, and I'll bring you in, and you could let me unmute you. Or you're gonna have to unmute yourself. There you go. Can you hear me?
Shalom, Michael.
Shalom.
Hey there, brother. All right, this is Dorak. I know this is still my state name. Hey, yeah, I've been following, watching you guys and watching how everything unfolded and developed. And at first, I think last week or so, I did post something in support of Kelly. But then once watching this video, this last video he did, I would have to recant that and err on the side of the Most High, and on Pastor Dowling and you, sir. That I think the position he's taking is wrong. It's passive to say the least. I know he said that he wanted Pastor Dowling to apologize for what he said, for dishonoring his wife, which I didn't see any dishonoring Pastor Dowling's statement. And I just basically feel like, if he wants the apology or whatever, he should just come to the table and get it. Have the discussion about the polygamy, issue, and so on, and just be a man, because that's what the Most High is calling us back to, and establishing the real kings and rulers of this earth is to operate in the righteousness that He would do, and a lot of times that does offend people, especially when they're walking in rebellion to the law, But that's all I wanted to say.
All right. Well, I appreciate your input, and it's awesome that you had an open mind on that topic, and it's funny, man. One of the things, and you ain't seen me on here crying and all and all emotional about he lied on my wife. He said I forced her to call me master and all this stuff like that, and Corey was feeling some type of way. But we just keep it moving. And then my other thing with him is that dude was right there at the conference looking Pastor Dow right in the eyes. He ain't had a damn issue then. And it's like Elder Rufus said, man, dudes get behind that keyboard and they Superman. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And as for that master topic, my issue, she was like, she feels the way that, as if she should address me as that title, and I don't, like you said, I don't force her or tell her to, to address me like that. She was like, Sarah called Abraham, master, what was any different for us, for the daughters of Zion. And so I'm just, I'm like, Pastor Kelly, just come to the table, air out your, differences, whatever you have that you think that we're not operating by the bar, bring it out and bring your, bring the scriptural references to support your claim. But don't be a wuss about it and play victim and doing this girly type, position, this trying to drum up support from single women that don't have a man, or older women that just been hurt by men. Just be a man and just come to the table.
And then the amazing thing, you got like people like Issachar, and Issachar does a video. He admits in the video he doesn't know Kelly, never met him, don't even know what's going on social media, but yet he supports him.
And takes the position, right, without coming talking to you guys,
right.
hearing and examining the whole thing in context, and he just blindly, biasly takes the position because that's Christendom.
And again, that goes back to Ecclesiasticus 11:7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. That's why I be saying, man, he do straight wicked with the script right there in writing. We got evidence. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Right. And the way they come out and attack us, attack Pastor Donald and you guys' position, is nothing less than the way the court system that's been set up against us does. I'm like, you guys are using the same tactics of drumming up support, saying things on false claims, to support your position, and not bringing out the facts, keeping it in context. You're taking quotes out of context, and and I'm like, you're doing the same topic that the enemy is using against us, and yet you think that you're right. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. So, all right, brother, I appreciate you calling in, and I'll leave you on there if you want to chime. I'm gonna mute you for now, but if you want to chime in, just let me know. All right, you can hit the hand raise button.
All right, sure.
All right. it says somebody, sister, now, because we're going to address all this stuff. It says, is that the same Pastor Dow I heard speaking rough language in one of his videos? Language wasn't benefiting of a Hebrew man. Sister, rough language benefits men. The reason why a lot of men are spiritually castrated, emasculated, is because there's no rough language. Now that gay homosexual cupcake preacher molesting everybody, oh, he speaks sugary. You could bet he don't use any profanity. But that bootlicker wicked as hell. We like men. And you heard the brother's testimony from LA. Let your damn balls drop. If you don't like it, keep it moving. Because over here, spiritual combat, the men you see in the comments got balls that clank. Okay? If you want sugar speech, head on over there to Richardson Kelly's page. It's going to be real sugary and sweet. It'll rot your damn teeth out. Anyway, with that said, y'all, all right. But like I said, whoever want to come on, they can come on. All right, somebody, Brother Tyson has his hand up. You can talk, brother.
Yeah. Hey, brother. No, I was on here earlier from LA.
Oh, okay, yeah. You got. I don't know what happened. Got disconnected, but go ahead, brother. Keep talking.
No, what I wanted to say was to piggyback on what you just said about the women as well as the men. We're so used to these pastors giving us that sweet talk. We're so used to the pastors idling us to where when a real man comes up to us, we don't know how to accept it. It's kind of like foreign to us, and we rebel against that when we should be drawn close to that. The thing is that because the fathers have been taken out the home, again, it goes back to we don't understand that stern rebuke. We don't understand that. It's foreign to us. We have to get out of this mindset of...
Hey, brother, hold on. Hey, I'm sorry I'm interrupting, but you just hit this so good because I was just thinking that at work, man, like coming up through the military, even today, like at my job, we're working on planes, and you turning a wrench, you're doing something wrong, man, them dudes they yell at me. I got dudes older than me that just come down on me, talk to me like I'm some little kid. I don't get my damn feelings hurt. And this sister here regards that as abusive. It's crazy. And that's why our kids are the way they are. That's why women can't raise men. That's why, like Pastor Dow said, these women got to get in their damn spot. You women have no idea what it takes to make a man. Now, you can make a woman. That's why all these dudes running around here half gay. They need strong damn talk. All right, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry, but you just hitting it, bro.
You're right. You're right. I go back to my son, just how bringing him up. And it's kind of crazy that we're talking like this because you can hear the village mentality. We actually need our own community because we can understand each other. And we had our own communities. You saw how we flourished. Remember Black Wall Street? We had all these communities that we built, and it was just us. And we communicated on a different level. When they understood, and when Martin Luther King came and he disrupted that, and he wanted to build this whole integration crap, it destroyed us. It really destroyed us.
Hey, hold on one sec, bro. Sis, you're asking me what type of spirit do I have? This is called, what you're seeing here is a masculine spirit, okay? That's what I have. You said, yes, see? Koi is on your ass now. You got Decoy Matumbo on your ass now. She said, yes, see your spirit now? I'm a strong woman who wants to see our men uplifted. But sister, you're in error. And what I will do is clarify that job. Hey, look, sis, I will go through the scriptures and show you where you out of order, And you might be single or whatever. But anyway, you got Decoya Matumbo on your ass. She done hit that. She done blocked. In one fell swoop, she blocked every damn message you posted up there. Damn, Koya, that's a new feature on YouTube. I All right, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No. So to hit on what the sister is saying, I'm gonna say this. She said something. She said a strong sister. I'm gonna say this about that. That's a false strength that was given to you by our oppressor. You are already strong before you came here. All our sisters were already strong. The type of strength that they're displaying now is a false strength. It's a masculine strength. It's a masculinity spirit that's been come upon you. The oppressor has given it to you. You have adopted that. The whole snapping your neck and stepping up to the brothers like you
Right.
do.
Hey, bro, hold on one sec. I'm gonna bring Pastor Dow back in. Hey, Pastor Dow, hit the hand raise button so I know which phone is yours on here. I think this is you. Is that you, Pastor Dow?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
You know, what we're looking at today is a whole entire nation and a whole entire environment to where, like Jeremiah said, we have discontinued from our heritage. Our women today are now just learning how to really truly be a Hebrew woman because they have learned so much from the nations of how to be the opposite. And you've been around, Sister Corey, you've been around almost every single aspect of straightway that there is. Name me another group of women that you have ever seen in your life with all the travels that you've been in different so-called, quote-unquote, Hebrew communities. Name me another group of women as a whole that is more holy, more meek, more humble, more sanctified, more set apart, more honorable than the sisters at Straightway.
Hey, real talk. I mean, the brother, I'm bearing witness, just having Koya in the presence of these women changed her more than, I mean, hey, that's real talk.
And what we have today is we're watching through an example, starting with my wife, Mother Carol, and all my Shires, Mom Nellie, Sister Summer, and all them, and Sister Ashley. What women are doing is gaining strength, and in gaining their strength, they're gaining strength because of the role that their men are getting back in, and it's giving them confidence to be able to trust in their head, to trust in their master, to trust in their lead. And these women are so used to being uncovered and thinning and fighting for themselves today that they have no idea what it truly means to be under the umbrella and protection of a real, true, strong man that will have them and protect them and lead them and guide them. So you got today women fighting to stay Gentile, fighting to stay after this European construct has been given to us, and they hate holiness. I mean, a woman of a meek and quiet spirit is of great price in the sight of the Most High Yah. And when you see the example of our sisters at Straightway, I don't care where you go in this world, any example of the sisters at Straightway, you're going to see the holiness and the set apartness that the Bible talks about. Now, are they fallible or are they flawed? Yes, they do. They still have many things they still got to work out within themselves like we all do. But you're not going to find another group of women anywhere that I have seen, and I travel a lot. And the Bible, you know, of course, there's an old saying, a man that travels much knows much. I've been to the four corners of this earth, and I ain't never in my life seen anything anywhere close in any church or any assembly or any religion anywhere close to the spirituality of our sisters at Straightway. And that's just an attest to those of us who want to be obedient to the book and follow the book, because they are some damn good examples. And I know that many people call that rough speech, but I promise you one thing, you won't see our women out of pocket calling themselves elders, pastors, preachers, teachers, standing up, against men, trading words with men and stuff. You know that you don't see our women on social media like that. They're not out there like that exposing themselves. They just not doing that. That's the reason why they have the men to fight the battle for them. And so, man, I tell you, it's a very honorable thing to watch the maturation process of you and Koya, to see y'all continue to keep getting stronger and stronger week after week, month after month. And again, she won't be attacked because of her as a woman. She's going to be attacked for her strength of being under your umbrella and the protection of a man and submitting to you as her head. Because nobody can be able to lay anything to a charge whatsoever at all. And so it's just a beautiful thing, man. If the women would just stay humble, stay meek, stay in their lane, stay in their role, and the men, you get in your lane and get in your role, and then we would have this restoration that the Most High talked about, and we would have a real, true, strong assembly. And then guess what? We won't have to listen to all these women out there justifying themselves out there on the job under the headship of another man and trying to justify it. You won't have men out here pimping their wives out to the work system and stuff and placing them out there in the face of other men, whereby they can have their self-challenge and stuff, and then the man is sitting at home just like a pimp collecting paychecks. We won't have none of that mess, brother. We're going to have a proper role. If a man don't work, damn it, he don't eat. Now, that's real talk.
Right.
All right. Hey, y'all. All right, Tyson, I see you got your hand up. Go ahead, you can talk. If anybody else wants to talk, just put your hand up in there.
I got a question for Pastor Dow.
Okay.
What do we do? Because I'm married and I see my wife changing as I continue to step up, and my wife, she's actually flourishing. But what do we do as a community when a lot of these brothers have put our sisters in a position, like you hit on everything, but a lot of brothers put the sisters in positions where they have to step up. When you have sisters that are single who have their role of father and mother, like what do we do? What do we do with that? It's a lot of women out there like that.
Because what we've been given and what we've been sold as a bill of goods, so-called a faith, and we've actually watched very dysfunctional faith and stuff, it's unfortunate. And the only way that we're ever going to see this thing coming around full circle is, number one, it has to start with a righteous fellowship of believers coming together in one heart, one soul, one mind, and one spirit, and thereby men gaining strength, the women gaining strength. You see, because we can't continue to keep trying to do this the American way or the Christian way. It's just simply not going to work. The blueprint, I said it once, I said it 1,000 times, it's laid out right there in the renewed covenant or the New Testament. It's laid out. We've got to come together. We've got to come out of her. We have to separate ourselves from these people in order for the people to actually be of one heart, one soul, one mind, one spirit. So, and when we do that, the men will be in their roles as a tribe to be able to take care of the sisters who are single, those who are, been in very unfortunate conditions. And then these women, I'll give an example. I'm sitting up here in Green Bay, Wisconsin right now. All right. And I am at Straightway Praise Land. Now, this is just concrete, right? And what you speaking about right now, we've got, as a matter of fact, there's quite a few single sisters up here that is literally on a community, and I'm going to use one as an example. There's one sister that's here that has 2 children. She is a widow indeed because her husband passed away, and guess what? She is under the headship and under the authority of Brother Kabir up here, Straightway Praise Land. Watch this. She's not married to him. She has a roof over her head. She has clothes on her back, shoes on her feet. Her children are taken care of. They are schooled well. You see, if we get back to doing things the way that the book has laid it out for us, and do it the way that the Bible says, all these questions will be answered. But this is only for righteous women. This is not for women that are playing games. This is for set apart women, those who mean business.
Hallelujah.
All right. So, all right. So I see, Brother Sharon, you have your hand up. I'm gonna let you give you some time. So hold on, I'm gonna unmute you.
Yes, sir.
All right, shalom, brother. This is Sharon Corley. He was the star in Jersey Drive.
Shabbat shalom.
My dude, Sharon, shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
So what's going on?
Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Shabbat shalom.
I don't think he could hear me. Can you hear me, Shawan? Test that.
Shabbat shalom.
Test that.
Shabbat shalom. I hear you, brother. I don't know what happened on the other end.
Yeah, I got you, brother. Go ahead, man. Keep talking because you did come through up there. Try it again.
Oh, okay. Shabbat shalom, Pastor. Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, we hear you.
I think his mic here is not working. I don't think Brother Mike's is working.
Okay.
Yeah, Brother Mike has got to unmute you.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, Mike keeps losing his audio.
Okay, hold on. Let me unmute mine. Hold on.
Gotta be, because he's losing his audio.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, go ahead and talk.
Shabbat shalom, Mike.
Shalom.
Yeah, Shabbat shalom, Mr. Sharon. I just wanted to add my testimony to the brother Pastor Kelly's situation, and with Pastor Dow. Going into the subject you was talking about of guiling and just communicating with rebuke. But I communicated with the pastor on his Facebook page, and I just want to testify to most of your witness. The brother, I wasn't screaming at him or yelling at him or speaking to him in any kind of foul language or dialect. I was just communicating direct questions to him. We all came out of the Detroit situation. That's I didn't even meet him there. I didn't really meet him at all. I just just started talking to the same people from Detroit who was a part of the awakening online. But once this situation happened, I was compelled to just reach out to the brother and be like, listen, why won't you just debate Pastor Dow? Because based off the original message, it had to do with your position was. You had it, and I shared this testimony with Pastor David. His position was, he had an issue with abuse and polygyny in Israel based on the abuse of the women, which was a justifiable cause. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is what I communicated to him was, well, why don't the issue could have been avoided if you would have just communicated either to your people or to the people in Israel that Pastor Dow is one of the great examples of polygyny. And this other issue had to do with men who were abusing polygyny in Israel with these women. And so what happened was clearly somehow you lumped Pastor Dow in that whole situation. And that's where the problem is. Now, all you have to do is just set the distinction, and then you just go about your business. In fact, you probably would win the support of Pastor Dow, because I'm pretty sure Pastor Dow is against the abuse of polygyny in Israel as well. But he just never responded to that in any kind of way that made sense. It was just all about, he's this and he's that. He didn't do this and he didn't do that. But you blew that out the water in the beginning, with your open rebuke, because and I'll give him this. Based off the open rebuke, based off the original message, he himself didn't mention Pastor Dow's name or straightway, but all of his supporters did. And he never corrected them. You know what I'm saying? In fact, he kept the fire going. He kept the blazing going. And that's when I contacted him. I'm like, why you keep letting this fire go? Pastor Dow that asked you to come out on a debate about an issue that you keep saying that you're passionate about, that you're championing. Why don't you debate your cause or debate your position? And it was always a reason why he wouldn't just come and debate. Why he wouldn't just come and debate. And so then
and then he blocked you, didn't he?
And then he blocked me after a while, but his videos started disappearing, because I was talking to him very early on, even before Pastor Dow made the statement about his wife. Even before Pastor Dow made that video, he was already shucking and jiving, and he wouldn't deal with the problem at hand. And I kept just asking him the direct questions, and then I had to deal with all of his supporters just coming out the wood, like, just how they doing now, but he kept deleting the videos. Like, I would come, talk to him, and then I would come to your page and listen, and then you would say, yeah, he did this, and I go back to the video just to kind of confirm, like, yeah, this is what he did, and the whole video was deleted. You know what I'm saying? And he did that a couple times. I said, wow, You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even go back to reference the statements he's making that's off, you know, because he keep deleting his videos. Now, the first thing that got my attention, that kind of pissed me off a little bit, but I just kept riding with it. And then, you know, the brother, you know, you know, like I said, I gave it to him. He didn't say it, but he never corrected his people. Like, those, he still have to take responsibility for the information that he put out. His false accusations against Pastor Dow, he never rebuked any of his people on his support chain. Period. He never did that. Then in terms of dishonesty, and then you read it on your open rebuke when the woman on his page, she said, why don't you just debate Pastor Dow? Now, I mean, this question came to him in barrages, but this one woman, I think she was supportive of his, I'm not sure, but she said, why don't you debate him? And I came right behind her and I said, that's a great question. And then he responded to me by then saying, yeah, you didn't know, Pastor Dow, you know, I agreed that I would meet with them, and then I agreed that I would just parlay until after the high holy day. But I knew personally that was off because I already spoke to you. You know what I'm saying? I communicated, and I was watching the show. You know, that wasn't honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then on the open rebuke, you showed it again in your screenshots on your text phone that wasn't honest, right? So
and the thing is, he sent that text to me. He sent it to Ron Dalton, whose award he threw in the trash. Who, mind you, Ron paid for him to come up there, paid for that award, did all this, and that's what he gets. Yeah, that's crazy. That's what he gets, man.
I just saw that picture last night.
And then what he do to, and then what it,
it was in the garbage. That's crazy.
And then what he do to that post? He deleted that post.
Yeah, he did. Like, and I was telling him, listen, what you're doing at the end of the day is you're making this very bad for Israel. You're making this very bad for all of the positive that came out of Detroit. How is 1 second, sweetie? I said, it doesn't make sense. Go back in the room. That's too much noise. Thank you, please. I said, you're making it bad for Israel as a whole because all that came out of Detroit was positive, and then here after all this, you throw these 5-stone video trailer, you know, because I said I wasn't going to add any more to his page, because he asked me, he said just wait it out, you know, I'm going to put out this presentation, and once I do that, everybody will understand. So I'm like what you just said, I would like to hear everyone's point of view, you know. So I say, you know what, I respect that. I'm gonna stay my hand from adding anything else to this post here, you know, until afterwards. And then that trailer came out, and you see Pastor Dow, you see these brothers coming out of you know, his out of Detroit, out of the awakening, you know, that Ron Dalton and Pastor Howard put together. You know, Pastor Dow's there, he's receiving the Man of the Year. Well, he got all of that posted on this video. Like, man, what are you even doing? Like, okay, you're going after Pastor Dow, but then now you're putting a stain on a very successful event in the community of Israel because of what you're doing. Like, and it doesn't make no sense.
Right, and then
and debate Pastor Dow. I see it.
Right, and the other thing is 5 smooth stones. No. 5 distractions, because he already threw 1 stone. Well, King David only took 1 stone. You got, so you're gonna do 4 more distracting videos. It's sloppy. But hey, Sharon, there's somebody else has their hand up. If you want to come back on, just put your hand up. I'll bring you back in.
Yes, sir.
All right. Brother Nice, go ahead and unmute your phone. You got it on mute? There you go. Go ahead and talk, bro. Shalom, huh?
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom. How's it going, everybody?
Going good.
Yeah, I've been following, you know what I mean, behind this, watching on the backside, not really interacting, paying attention to the movement. And I noticed ever since the Hebrew Awakening conference in Detroit, you know, Pastor Dow was awarded the with the Hebrew Man of the Year award. And ever since that came out, you've seen a lot of jealousy, come about. And, because everything that he testified to according to Scripture was in Scripture, you know what I mean? And he's been doing it for a few hiccups here and there, that's expected. But he's been paving the way, you know what I mean, weeding out the bull crap that we have a solid foundation to go off of. And it's been successful. You have straightway camps, communities, coming up, they're thriving, they're doing well. And these people are jealous because they're trying to mix the theological aspect of what they believe versus just taking the scripture for what it is. And, want to come around and bash and talk about it's wrong. Okay, just like Pastor Dow said, he a man. I'm not with this Facebook or social media, debate. Let's debate face to face, man to man. Paul did it, man to man. Had social media, so you had a debate and ego calls right there in front of one another. And, let the people decide. And, that's pretty much what I see is this stem for jealousy. What Pastor Dow is doing is working. What you all are doing is working, is thriving, is clogging up the wheel because their followers are asking them questions they can't explain. So they have to defer and deflect and false accuse and all those different aspects to get recognition. That's all that is, the glean from somebody else's success.
Right.
And it's just weakness instead of just being men and let's go and meet face to face and let's come to a common ground. Let the scriptures decide what is the truth, not our opinion, not our theological aspect, history that we studied. Let the scriptures be the last defining who's wrong, who's right, and where to meet up at and just build.
Right.
And that's what I've been saying. But I will give it back over to you all and just keep doing the great work.
All right. I appreciate you, brother Ananias, and shalom to you, and look forward to fellowshipping with you out here at Straightway, Florida. Shalom, bro.
Shalom, brother. Headed.
All right. So, Brother Jonathan has his hand up. I'm going to bring you in. Can you hear me, Brother Jonathan? Unmute your phone, Brother Jonathan. There you go.
All right, can you hear me now, Brother Michael?
Yep.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. My name's Jonathan. I'm out here in Oak Grove, Kentucky. I wanted to bring in, since that Hebrew conference opened a lot of eyes to truth that was being hidden from us. Now, that speaks to either one of a few things, either the lack of knowledge by our so-called Israelite teachers or the sluggardness of our so-called Israelite teachers, or hell, maybe it's both, and with a myriad of other things. But when these people see the works that Straightway's doing with Pastor Dow, and there's no other ministry that I know out here that's moving like they're moving. Speaking to what the brother just said, it seems like there's a form of jealousy, envy, and they always revert to, well, they can't do that. Well, why not? Well, we're not doing it. Well, why not? It's all laid out in the book. And from reading the exchanges of comments between the old Richardson, Kelly, and everything back and forth, what I'm noticing is many of people are talking about bringing up charges for cultic behavior. They want to run to the law. And the first scriptures that pops in my mind is that 1 Corinthians 6:1. Now, if we're supposed to be Israel, a set-apart nation, a holy nation, why in the hell would you want to bring Pilate into Israelite issues? Why in the hell would you want to revert back to this American Babylonian system to solve holy people's issues? They have no say-so. We operate and move totally different from the rest of the world. And I've now come to this understanding since that Hebrew conference. Brother Michael, you've said it a few times. I've said it a few times. Many other people said it a few times. Since that conference, man, it's a fire and a revelation, revealings have just been, we're reading this book totally different now, and it all makes sense. And by the same token, you now start to see the true fruits or lack thereof of these so-called people who we used to rub shoulders with. Like, how come they don't get this? Why don't they get this? And then you, going off your term, when you watch their footwork, you go, oh man, they still rubbing shoulders. They still got 1 foot in and 1 foot. Oh man, I've been deceived this whole time. But now, what you gonna do now? Are you gonna walk in righteousness now? Or are you still gonna try to rub shoulders with them? Do we now fully understand the whole come out of her, my people?
Right.
Be ye separate, touch not the unclean thing. But these were people who I once used to quote unquote love. I used to love just showing up for a few hours. It's getting a little now. Now it's getting a little deeper. And that Matthew 24 came to my mind, where when Yeshua was going through talking about the end times and what it's gonna be like. You know, a lot of times we'll read that and we'll look at like the signs of the times and the barren nation against nation and the diverse earthquakes in places. But then it says something about we'll be delivered up to be afflicted and we'll be hated of all nations, and many shall be offended and shall betray one another and hate one another. And I'm looking at all this and I'm going, damn. I'm reading these comments about these people literally want to call the law on people that ain't got no say-so in their lives. I'm like, man, y'all really, really want to fit. Y'all really want to walk these prophecies out, don't y'all, so-called Israelites? Y'all really want to fulfill Matthew 24. Well, go on ahead then. Go on ahead then, but I just wanted to call in add that to the build here. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
All right, Brother Jonathan. Appreciate you calling in, and Shabbat shalom to you. So, yeah, man, it's, man, the thing's real. It's sloppy out there. And another verse to hit on is, I know, I'm with the tribal thing. I get it. Yeah, I get that family building thing, but that is not the core of what the book is talking about, you know, because Christ said he came not to unite, but to divide. He came to separate mother from father and all this. So you got to be careful putting the whole focus on so-called family and lineage and all that when folks be going off. Satan come up in anybody. I mean, damn. He had to tell Peter, he's like, come out of him, Satan. You know, you saw Judas he knew he had this doctrine down. Okay? It's about getting your mind right. It's not a game out here. And the spiritual, what would you call it? The demonic influence, the demonic atmosphere here in America in particular is insane. It's to the point where I could literally tell people, I could discern the people who watch TV and the people who don't. That's how heavy the demonic influence is on people's minds today. It's out of this world. So I said it once, I said it, I draw my line of division, not on doctrine, not on tribalism, but on moral character, on footwork, on where your mind's at, on how you moving. Because again, snake and lions don't move or die. So somebody asked, how did our ancestors handle disagreements? We would we would deal with each other. We would have a council established. But Elder Rufus or Pastor Dow, put your hand up if you could and talk about how Straightway handles disagreements. Koya brought this up to me yesterday, and me and her agreed on this. One of the reasons why we're so encouraged about Straightway is because we know, we've seen stuff and watched things to know that if there is something, because everybody in Straightway ain't perfect, but it's gonna be dealt with in a biblical way. Go ahead, Pastor. Can you hear me?
Shalom. I think it's Elder.
Okay. Go ahead, Elder. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You can handle it, Elder.
Yes, sir. Well, Straightway, we just follow the book. You know, if a brother has an alt against a brother, the book instructs him clearly to go to that brother and try to get that thing figured out. And then if that doesn't work, you have to bring somebody else in to see if you can get it figured out. And then if that doesn't work, that's when you bring it before the assembly. And see, Straightway has an ecclesiastical council set up through the elders, the teachers, the deacons, the leaders, and we adjudicate matters. It's just that simple, you know. And when it gets to that point and it comes before leadership, before the council, you're going to accept whatever judgment that council lays down. And if not, you choose to kick the traces, because we've had that many, many times where people get to the point where they force the council to make a judgment and they don't want to accept the judgment. Well, at the end of the day, you just don't want to be in fellowship. And that's just the choice that they make. But people that have been around Straightway and to know us, they know that it's such a righteous procedure that takes place. And it's strictly by the book, we strictly follow it. And you have to have structure, though. You have to have a disciplined structure in place for that to take place. So a lot of these people that are on here, you know, it's the fire that's in them, but they got to get Acts chapter 2 and Acts chapter 4 really, really deep in their hearts so that they can get to the point where they start to come out of her and look towards this community and being self-sufficient and have made the statement earlier, Brother Mike, or no, I think it was Brother Jonathan, how, you know, things go down and then these people want to revert back to the government. They want to revert back to the law and all this. And that just lets you know these people have no idea what Torah is. And Pastor Dow made the statement in the comments, not all Israel is Israel. And we have to really, truly get that. You are filled with the Ruach HaKodesh and you are led by his spirit. I'm telling you, you will know those that are Israel and those that are playing games and messing around and have no intent to be and what we commonly call the New Testament. We passed the stage. Straightway is a ministry of everybody giving all. When you look at these communities, everybody is giving all for the inheritance of all in Israel. So it's the structure, it's the disciplined structure that is set up, and it's the submission by those that should be. You're going to give honor to where honor is due. You're going to submit to those who have the rule over you. And we don't play games when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm an elder, right? And I'll admit, this last feast, I was before the council. There was a matter against me as an elder, and I was before the council. Hallelujah. Now, it wasn't on sinful or nothing like that. You know, it was just like a restitution type of thing. But again, I'm not exempt from it, is what I'm saying. As an elder, I'm not exempt from it. I literally sat and made a judgment on one matter. And as soon as that matter got its judgment, I ended up getting in the hot seat and the judgment had to come towards me. So ain't no special privileges in Israel just because you got some title. At the end, righteous is righteous and truth is truth. So hope that answers the question, Brother Mike.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Elder Rufus. And one of the things is, or two of the things is, number one, the big thing is submitting to it. And that's a big issue, you know, a lot of people have an issue with. And then the other thing, again, a lot of these people, I see this stuff, I see all these people bearing false witness all the time. They don't know what the hell goes on inside a Straightway. I'm watching them post all this evil stuff online and they don't know what's going on. Now, mind you, now Pastor Dow pops on somebody's live and they're going in on the person, but they're not bearing false witness on them. See, people ain't really looking. People's feeling. And I be telling people, it says, Shema Israel, you got to listen. Not just hear stuff, but listen in. Listen to what your eyes are seeing instead of feeling all the time. And then when you begin to do that and you pull your damn emotions out of it and you look at things with a critical eye, like me and Koya did. We went throughout Israel and looked at it with a critical eye. We watched. We wasn't feeling. We watched. And then when we went up there today to the Sukkot, up at Straightway, we continued watching and praying and said, Most High, show me. And he showed us. We it's airtight. That's why I know when these people come on here, like the sister Koya had to block, you know. When these people come on here, we see through you. That's why I be playing that damn song. The Rue got me seeing through you. Beloved Daoud. It do. It be seeing, because that's one of the spiritual gifts I seek the Most High for a long time in my life, was a spiritual discernment. Watching them spirits. And time tells. Time will tell. Time will tell. If y'all want to call in. The information up there. KGB in the building. Shalom out. Good to see y'all in there. Daniel Mears in there. Shalom to you. Good to see the brothers in there. I keep telling y'all, man, I'm in this season of really telling you, study footwork. You got to study footwork in this day and age. Deception is rampant. I'm showing you. Brothers out there, respectfully, I admire Pastor Dow and Issachar, but I'm telling you, if you acknowledge him or admire him or whatever, and you follow him, he needs to be rebuked. He needs to be corrected. He is in error. He's in his video 2 times saying he doesn't know Richardson Kelly. He's never met him. He don't even know what Richardson Kelly be doing over there on social media, but he's going to support him. When Ecclesiasticus 11:7 clearly says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke. That's what I'm saying, man. All this stuff is bearing witness against people, and it's sitting there in plain sight. Somebody got to keep the thing 100, man. There got to be a standard. How many times is it said, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor? Exodus 20:16 is written in there twice. Okay? And it's in Deuteronomy. And it's in there other times, but it's elaborated on, man. Let's get to the damn script. Who's my mother? What does the Bible says? Who's my mother? Who is my brother? It doesn't say a tribal lineage. It says those who keep these commandments. I'm not dealing with low character people, man. If you ain't keeping the book 100, I really can't deal with you. All right. I see somebody's come on. Go ahead. You're on. We can hear you. Go ahead. You can talk. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. You can talk.
Yeah, combat spirituals, combat. This is Brandon McCoy. I'm heading down to your spot right now. Something you just
Bulk in the building. This is Black Hulk. Bulk. Hey, I seen that big old fish you caught, man. And they saying you bought that from the grocery store, though.
You already know grocery fish. Hey, but I wanted to get on here real quick, just for all the other listeners who's tuning in to Spiritual Combat. We already know that there's a certain type of people that's going to understand, like a Pastor Dow, like an Elder Rufus. There's a certain type of person, right? So
I'm ex-military, Iraqi veteran, former D1 captain on a football team. I have been led basically my whole life by strong ass men. My whole life. So, and I had a strong father in my life as well. In spiritual combat, you touched on that of dealing with men in the military, boys in the military who haven't had fathers. They don't understand the authority. They don't understand the respect because they have never been driven to give the utmost respect to your leader or to your NCO. So there's only going to be a certain type of us, a spiritual combat, somebody who's seeking for that, like me, a strong leader, because we can't have no leader like a Joel Osteen, right? We can't have no leader like that. We're looking for strong as leaders and strong as men that we could get behind to help our knowledge to make us stronger and better. So for the people that's out there, if you don't have that itch to have that leader who just stands for righteousness and who don't bend, then the scripture says it's only gonna be a remnant, y'all. That's all I want to say, spiritual combat.
All right, Brandon, look forward to fellowshipping with you today down here at Jacksonville, Florida Straightway. So look forward to seeing you out. Shalom.
Shalom, sir.
All right. So yeah, that's we call him Bulk, the Black Hulk. He's a big dude, man. That dude's big. So yeah, but let's see what y'all saying in the comments. I see Brother Gideon, the Hebrew warrior, in the building. He says, men not weak as spineless jellyfish. Okay. And the Ruach said, they saw the debate with the German pagan-loving pastor, and now I'm sure no one will debate Pastor Dow. And I need to, that was last night. I need to go check that out, man, and shop them out. So yeah, man, it's you know, we gotta, somebody gotta keep it 100, man. Stuff is getting real now. Like, and like I said, I've been leaning on these watered down people to just do your homework. Look below the surface. Social media is not adequate research for somebody you're gonna find to lead you, man. You know. I mean, get out there. Go meet people. Watch their footwork, you know. It's about that action. Okay? Did you have something? Somebody just called in? All right. Well, if you have something, just put your hand up and we'll bring you in. You could hit you could hit the hand raise button there. But yeah, social media is not, you know, you got to do some research, man. And you get on, I'm telling you, it's a different time. You get on social media being led by your carnal, emotional nature, you're going to get exposed. It's like, how are you don't know the person, you never met them, and you say that, and you don't know their character, but you're signing off on a situation. And you don't know the whole story, and it's messy, you know. So we gotta always keep things 100. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me see. My background went away. Let me see if I can fix this. So, all right, y'all bear with me. I'm gonna fix my background real quick. All right. I guess it ain't coming back. But yeah, man, so we gotta always make sure we keep it 100. But yeah, y'all, I think, you know, at the end of the day, we need to like, in concluding what we're saying, I mean, sitting there and you know, believing, you know, just looking at how something feels or the display of male aggression, because again, there is a blatant, obvious attack on masculinity. They call it emasculating repression or something. They got a name for where any display of masculinity in this culture and society today, they want to push it down. You know, oh, you shouldn't yell. Oh, you shouldn't be aggressive. It's like, dude, you saw the woman come in here with pushing unknowingly, because she is just, the woman was swept away in a cloud of delusion and emasculation. Oh, you shouldn't be aggressive. She was acting like it's a sin. Oh, I see the spirit on you. Yeah, because I don't speak to her smooth things. Look, let's continue letting the book talk. Let's read 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. And that's why I'm saying this is recorded. You could play this back and you could read the woman's comments and you can see where she is swept away in delusion. And I mean, these people are in covenant with it. Hey, Shalom, I see there's two people who just called in. Did y'all have something you wanted to add?
Yes, this is Kabir. Can you hear me?
K-Bizzle! Go ahead, Kabir. Go ahead, bring it out.
Hey, I just wanted to bring up, since Elder Rufus brought it up, I just wanted to say I was there when Straightway adjudicate the matter between him and another brother. And I can tell you, and that was probably, I mean, out of all the judgment I've seen at Straightway, I think I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen 4 judgments or matters that was adjudicated at Straightway. And the one I saw with Elder Rufus was probably the easiest, the most win-win situation. It was beautiful. But and I was a part of that judgment. I was I mean, that's not an exciting thing to be a part of, to be honest with you. But it's just so beautiful to see how Straightway operates. And when I was in Christianity, I got some comments where people say, "Well, you should give to God." Yeah, I do. Every time I give, I always give to the Most High. But the benefits to being a part of being of Yah's people is that when, in Christianity they had a saying, I'm going to do a YouTube on this one, but they have a saying where they say that in Christianity they always justify that they should tithe. And the reason why is because we marry you, we bury you, and that's about it. And that you should give. In Christianity, the religion, they'll tell you that the law is done away with. And then you have Straightway, who actually are commandment keepers. They follow everything from Genesis all the way to Revelations, and they do it faithfully. And they don't even ask for a tithe. They don't even ask for money. They literally, people give because they want to give. But the benefits of being part of Straightway is that knowing that when there's things that happen, they're going to adjudicate the matters, and it doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you KGB, whatever, for this story I'm talking about, or Elder Rufus, and Elder Rufus is highly respected at Straightway. I have a huge respect for that man, and it was very humbling to be on the judgment seat to judge the situation. And I spoke up in that, knowing that I have a high respect for this man, and to see, and Pastor Dow was there, and we treated him like all the other judgments I saw that I was a part of, that I got to witness. I was just blown away. I mean, you would think like, oh man, look at that, man, Elder Rufus, oh man, and not that it was even that kind of deal, but it didn't make me want to say I don't want to be a part of this ministry. It made me want to be a part of this ministry the more so, because I know that if I ever do anything wrong, or if somebody do wrong to me, I know it's going to be handled in a righteous way. And not only righteously, but they will be seasoned with mercy and love. I see that in there too, clearly. And it's even mentioned by name, and you can see when the men are making the judgment, they're seasoning it with mercy. So anyway, I said enough. I just want to say I love Straightway. I've never been a part of any type of group of men or group of people like Straightway Ministry, and obviously they're Yah's people, and it's been the best thing. Whatever I lost to be a part of this ministry, it was worth it. And if I knew what I knew now, I would do it again without any type of hesitation. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, and people just don't get to see that side of Straightway, but I've been privy to see it. I testify to what Elder Rufus said. He brought it up. I'm not getting into the details, but it was a beautiful thing, and I love Straightway Truth. I love Pastor Dow and all the saints.
All praises, all praises. So, like I said, right there, that's Brother Kabir, KGB 94, 98. Put it in there. 98 TV. He has a show on YouTube so that you can check out. And hold on, there we go. I don't know. But yeah, he has a show you could check out. And they go in real good on marriage stuff concerning divorce or going through divorces and dealing with all that. Brother has a lot of experience in that area. And again, so you got the naysayers saying one thing out there, but then when you hear these brothers and sisters, professional athletes, accomplished military warriors with confirmed kills who have seen action, who having sound leadership, their life relies on it. Their life is, if they don't have good leadership, they could be dead. Okay, now these people are signing off on Straightway. So right there, it's like, okay, there's two opposites. So what you need to do next is begin looking at footwork. All right, this person saying this, what does their footwork look like? This person saying that, what does their footwork look like? Or like Brother Gideon did, and like I did. We went out there the straight way. Brother Gideon said when he went out the straight way, he came up to Pastor Dow and he was like, hey man, I came out here to see if you were full of shit or not. That's what he said to him. Hey, and guess what? He's part of Straightway now. All right. Shalom, brother. I see you called in. Did you have a question, comment? Go ahead.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, this is Brother Cross from Virginia.
Brother Cross. That's a me. Hey, that's that dude. I remember you.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good.
Excellent, fantastic. I can sum all that up with one word, and that's integrity.
Wow.
Can you hear me all right?
You're loud and clear, brother.
All right. Yeah, I've been in and around this ministry for some time, and very much like Brother Gideon, coming out there to see if if these brothers are really about it, and if they were on point with what they say they do, and they are. And it's for that reason that I've been able to see, as you say, their footwork and all that they do. They really don't care who you are, especially out in the world. You know, what you bring to the faith, what you bring is your walk. And if that walk ain't right, they don't have any parts to do with you. And I think that's why these other brothers out here, what they do in the dark, it ain't with integrity. It ain't with that truth. So they look at each other with that suspicion, and they ain't willing to step out and do it right. Because when you step out and do it right, when you walk that walk, you expose yourself, you put yourself out there. And if you ain't around men that you can trust and believe in, then it ain't gonna happen.
Facts.
That's Straightway does it. That's how they get it done. They're all about it, and no matter where they at, no matter who they're around, they're the same always, and they handle that business.
Man, that's good, brother. That's a good witness. So, you again, I gotta say it again. And Brother Cross, if y'all don't know, that's that dude. He's on Pastor Dow's security team. He's that dude that looked like he gonna kill you. That's that brother. Hey, appreciate you calling in, man. Awesome. And if you got anything else, just let me know. I see somebody else called in. Go ahead, you can talk. Somebody else who called in, they got a 19910 area code. You can talk.
Hey, shalom, my brother. Shalom, brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hey, this is Brother Gideon, brother.
Brother Gideon!
Hey, man, I just wanted to tell you that, this is one of the best ministries I've ever known, heard of, or even any kind of way. Pastor Dow is awesome. Let me tell you something. I know about leadership. I spent 21 years in the military dealing with dumbass leadership and good leadership. And I know when I see good leadership. And this ministry has leadership all through. All the elders, pastors, great leadership. Cross just hit it on the head when he said that basically how to, you need to trust that man. I spent time in Iraq behind enemy lines, in a hole, underground, spying on the enemy's liberties. You got to trust those guys in that hole because there's nothing else. If something happens to us, it's just 5 of us against the whole Iraqi army. So you got to trust. And I know when someone I can rely on. And I know I can rely on each and every one of these men in this ministry. Great leadership. So all this other crap these other dudes talking about, these spineless people, man, it's a damn shame, man. And it just really pisses me off. But you know what? Whatever. Point being is, I love this ministry, and because it done so much for me, healed me in my mind. Like, basically, I was going through so many issues. I had, man, deliverance is real. I never knew nothing about it until I came here. Set me free of my mind, the things I used to think about, like all the time, sitting up there thinking about killing people all the time, and then I got delivered because of this. I was like over there in Iraq, constantly in this psychopathic state. You know what I mean? I come back home just heartless as shit. And then all of a sudden now I learn how to love. I learn how to caress and hold my brothers like dearly, like really actually give a shit about them. Not in a sense, not no faggot shit, but like in a way like, like endearment. Because before it would be like fake and, not real. Just kind of like, yeah, what up, man? Yeah, I love you. You know what I mean? But it's real now. I can feel it. I can feel love. I receive love. I give honor. I give honor. Man, I don't know what the hell all these other folks talking about, but whatever, man. Anyway, that's all I got to say. I love each and every one of y'all, and blessings to the elders, pastor. You, Michael, thank you for everything you do, my brother.
Brother Gideon, that's the Hebrew warrior. He going to be at the event in Atlanta, man, and hey, man, when that brother tell you he going to give his testimony, that's a real dude, man. And you want him on your team. But yeah, appreciate you calling in, Brother Gideon, man. Appreciate all y'all. Brother Cross, look forward to seeing you again. Like I said, man, stop listening to these damn bootlickers and do your research. Because I'm telling you, you got one side saying one thing, and then you got another side saying something totally different. So that warrants that you should go do your own research. And I guarantee it, after you watch a little bit of footwork, it's going to be very obvious. It's going to be very obvious. Okay? So, yeah, man, spiritual combat is going to keep it 100. We straightway, Florida, you know what I'm saying? Call the dining hall if you want to come out and fellowship with us. We've had a lot of people, reaching out because they see what's going on. I want to encourage you to, I'm going to put this up here real quick while all the people are still in there. Y'all bear with me. Hold on one second. Y'all bear with me, but we have the event going on up in Atlanta, okay? On Thanksgiving Day, okay? So hold on one sec. All right. Let me see something. I'm gonna pull it up, but and Corey will post some more of the information in there. But we have an event going on, and the event is for this specific reason, get you around so you can actually look and deal and fellowship with serious-minded people. You know what I'm saying? a lot of these Hebrews going to be low key. They're going to be sucking down turkey on Thanksgiving. Real talk, you know. But this is the event right here. I got, it's called the Atlanta GA Dry Bones Rising Conference. Okay. Let me put it up here bigger. Get your tickets. It's going to be in the ATL. There we go. I'll put it on the full screen. And it's called the Atlanta GA Dry Bones Rising Conference. Pastor Dow's going to be the keynote speaker. Judah Mack's going to be there. Kabir, the brother who just called in, he's going to be there. He's going to be giving his testimony and everything. Brother Newbreed, Brother Gideon, who you just heard, okay, who just talked. He's going to give his whole testimony about what he really came through. It's going to be an amazing testimony. Brother Michael Norman is going to be there. Beloved Daoud, Big Ak Moshe. And it will, Haji Golightly is not going to be hosting it. I am going to be hosting the event. So I'm going to be introducing everybody, bringing them on stage. It's going to be an awesome event. Go to Eventbrite and get your tickets now. Okay, the flyer is on my page so you can get all the detailed information. It's going to be an awesome event. All right, it's going to be on Thanksgiving Day. So instead of sitting around sucking on turkeys and cranberry crap, you could be out there building with the brews. Serious-minded Hebrews that are actually putting this word into action. Okay? We about that action, boss. All day, every day, man. But yeah, man, we just, at the end of the day, man, when this stuff happens online, you gotta look at it with a biblical mind, not with an emotional feeling mind. You know, a lot of people, you know, they got offended and, oh, why is this? Why did he say that? Why is he doing this? And you got people who you know, they move in a manipulative way and stuff like that. And the thing that offends everybody is the fact that in Straightway, especially Pastor Dow, there's no guessing. He just comes straight down the damn middle. He comes straight up at you. And bootlickers, spiritually castrated men, cupcakes, and sugar speakers of them dudes who they talk all religiously and nice and you know, and who knows where their balls are at. But these types of people look at men who come directly at you, they look at them as evil and offensive and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, me working in maintenance, growing up, you know, my father was in my life, and, you know, corrections are a part of life. There's a scripture. It says, hey, rebukes and correction, it's a way of life. It's a part of life. You should desire it. But if correction is grievous to fools, to stubborn, and a fool, it is simply, when you really go through the scriptures on it, a fool is just a stubborn person. Person don't want to listen. It hurts them. They can feel it in their emotions when you give correction. That's why you see people, oh, they attacked. That's a sign that somebody's a fool when you hear them trigger words. He attacked me. He all these trigger words of fools, because it feels like an attack. It feels like this, oh, he's malicious. And so there's trigger words. I'm like, okay, they might be a fool when I start hearing that. When real dudes, you come at them aggressively and check them, it's like, okay, I got you. And there's no emotional roller coaster with them. So that's just kind of little gee whiz info. So what I wanted to read about the woman earlier who, you know, I told her, call in, you know, if you got something. But they told me, hey, don't even entertain her. But anyway, this is the scripture she needs to read, okay? Because this is what we're talking about today. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy," unset apart. That's unholy. Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, and we looked that up with a continent mind. Okay, fierce, despisers of those that are good. We talked about that. Traitors. Okay, we talked about that. We see that. Heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Lovers of Babylon more than lovers of Hebraic culture. That I'm just wording it a different way. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. I call them pink sugar-coated cupcakes. That's what I call them. That lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. Okay? Having a form of godliness, but lacking the power thereof. For this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. They talk real nice to them. And then when they get around some real dudes who coming down the middle, smashing on scripture, ooh, I see the evil spirit on you, you know. Hey, look, we keep it real here, you know. Ever learning and never able to come into the knowledge of the truth. These folks just study. They got all this knowledge and they're telling you all this deep stuff about Torah. They're reading Hebrew upside down, backwards on their head or something. You see what I'm saying? Ever learning, but they never, the surface level of the scripture, they don't even do. Can't trust them. It says, "Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses," these are wizards, manipulators, "so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reprobate concerning the faith, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be made manifest unto all men, and theirs also was." Look, and social media, when you type something in there, when you do a video, it will expose you, okay? And like I said, you go right on over there to Issachar and watch him just blatantly going against the scripts, and he says it twice in his video. And what he needs to do is open up his Facebook account, go over there, watch Richardson Kelly's footwork, watch my video that I did about Richardson Kelly, compare it to Richardson Kelly, get on the phone with some of these people, get both sides of the story before you go endorsing his video and sending it out to the masses, because he got a big following. Titus 1:9, let's read that real quick. Holding fast to the faithful word, as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine. And sound doctrine is just basic, solid script. That's sound doctrine. It's just basic. It said by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayer. What is a gainsayer? One who contradicts or denies what is alleged. An opposer, a person who gainsays others, a disagreeable person. Okay? For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses. Okay? Like the brother came on. He said originally I agreed with Kelly, but then he was like, he woke up and realized he discerned it. Like the brother from California. He said from following Pastor Dow and watching things, he was able to get his house in order. If you follow these other people, they're going to subvert your whole entire house. Teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. So you see what I'm saying, man? Dude, some folks ain't going to see it. Some people's going to take them longer. As for me and my house, You know what I'm saying? We're going to shake heavy. We're going to move hard. We ain't veering left. We ain't veering right. One last thing I got to put up here for y'all. And then I'm going to take y'all out with a good song. But let me put that up here again as a hold on one sec. It's loading up. Okay, there we go. So y'all check the as spiritual combat policy, I am required to put up the hurt feelings report for you. If I hurt your feelings, or Elder Rufus or Pastor Dow hurt your feelings during this broadcast, you can fill out a hurt feelings report, and I will file it away in my don't give a file, okay? Make sure you fill it out in its entirety, though, okay? So, all right, that's for all y'all with hurt feelings, because look, the book of emotions is not in the Bible, you know? So, I mean, y'all swear that is law, but I'm telling you, that book does not exist. It's not in the Bible. It might be in your Bible, but damn it, it ain't in mine, all right? Anyway, y'all, a little bit of comedy for y'all. I know people getting even madder. If you don't like it, hit the unsubscribe button. I've been really pushing that hard lately. All right. Anyway, with that said, take you out with my dude, beloved Daoud. It's called Standards, because we got to have them, man. We need some damn standards. With that said, I'm Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. Enjoy this song by the beloved Daoud called Standard.
It might go under Yoski. But 2018, Yahuwah year. That's it. Period. Brand new. They already know where we at. See, if you say I came out the blue, no, I didn't. You just couldn't see me. That's it. But if you see me, that means that the plant have finally started to grow. The tree started to grow. That's why you can see me. We started from the dirt like Adam, though. Wow. That's Yahuwah smoke, though. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Smoky.
Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else.
G13 lifestyle. Ooh. I'm just a young brother with standards. Just a young brother with some standards. I ain't settling for the trash. That got them all in they bag. No handouts, I'll pass. They call a brother brunette. The who got me on the pad. Yeah, cost a brother never crash. I'm just a young brother with some standards. Just a young brother with some standards. I ain't settling for the trash. That got them all in they bag. No handouts, I'll pass. They call a brother brunette. The who got me on the pad. Yeah, cost a drop and never crash. Standards. I never go below the bar. I'm straight. When you a son who care about the star. Lawyer. It's only right I had to pass a bar. They Torah. This rule walk up the park. I got Yahuwah out. Now I'm able to do a lot. Yeah. When I say I got this drive, ain't talking computer out. Yeah. Loaded with script. You know I'm a shooter out. Spraying the scene with some life. Watch out, let me do it out. Ooh. Yahuwah got me employed, don't it? Mighty life keep me poised, don't it? Nothing over here's voice. This is truly my choice. Lost a whole lot of net. Gained a whole lot of faith. See a whole lot of mirrors. That's why it's hard to debate. Really proving what you doing. Only siding with the order. Spent a lot of time playing. 9 days I can't afford it. My world account looking crazy. My heaven balance look amazing. Free smoke for the nation. I'm just a young brother with standards. Just a young brother with standards. I ain't settling for the trash. That got them all in they bag. No handouts, I'll pass. They call a brother brunette. The who got me on the pad. Yeah, cost a brother never crash. I'm just a young brother with standards. Young brother with standards. I ain't settling for the trash. That got them all in they bag.